Yes. Good morning, friends. Welcome to this week that has been and the week that is expected to be. The analysis on the North American stock markets for the week that was and the week that is expected to be. As told you last week, we told you it's a sell on rise market now. And we were fortunate that what we had told you did come true. It was a sell on rise all through and through. What we have shown you so far, or what you're seeing on screen so far, is basically a chart, the weekly chart of Dow Jones, right? And if you see very carefully, you would realize that I have drawn one trending line here, which is in red, and there is another trending line drawn on top, which is coming from top. And if you look at the wedge being formed, you would realize the wedge is clearly being seen here. Something going wrong here. Something going on. Yes, this is the wedge clearly being seen. Currently, you are at this line is not very clean here because it keeps shuffling whenever we draw this line. So I'll just remove this. Anyway, the intention to tell you over here is that and let me remove the line for you. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Come back to our regular lines. What we are seeing over here is it is at its support, and there is a weekly wedge being also formed, a triangular wedge being formed, which is talking about coming at a support zone. So as we keep talking about it every week, we keep telling you, you should learn to enter a trade and wait patiently for the trade to come to you rather than you going to the trade. The weekly wedge is very clearly a downward wedge, and you have your downsides clearly demarcated, clearly marked out. At this point of time, your weekly support is at 31,500. So if you were to get Dow Jones at around currently at 32,230, somewhere around 31,500 or 31,800, I will like to buy Dow Jones at 31,800 with a clear stop loss of 31,400. Why is that? Because as has been seen over here, it is bouncing back from a particular level. That particular level is approximately 31,430. That was a weekly low 2 weeks back. Also, you realize your super trend levels is at 31,500. If it breaks 31,500, the trend, weekly trend, will turn bearish. It's been tested once. It will be tested the second time also. It will be tested, which is why if I was to buy, I would buy it at 31,800 or 31,500 within that zone. The buying range is clearly demarcated to you, marked out, with a clean stop loss of 31,400. I am maintaining that stop loss because that was the low which I touched 2 weeks back. I hope that low is held. From there, I can buy and take it for a quick rise. First targets. If you're buying it at 31,800, 31,500, within that range, first targets could be 32,500, 32,700. That was the high in this week, last week. The previous week high was 32,300. So 32,500 to 32,700 becomes the first target. In case if the trend breaks and the spot closing on a daily basis, though these are weekly charts, if the spot closing on a daily basis goes below 31,400, I will exit all my longs and get ready to straight test downward trend of 28,700. Straight get ready to check out downward trend of 28,700, or even earlier, one more support at around 29,800 or 29,200 could be tested. So you could look for these levels. First support at 30,000 or 29,800. Second support, 29,200. At 29,200, if it breaks, it will try and fill this gap here. And that gap filling is very clear below the low, recent low, which is at 28,000 or 28,200. So this weekly support, 28,700, this will get taken out in case of 29,000 breaks, 28,600, 28,700 to fill the gap, and then down to 28,000 to fill the gap, and then bounce back. So you have multiple support levels coming right from 29,800 breaking, 29,800 breaking, all the way down to 28,000. All this will happen only and only if the spot closes below 31,400. If your stop loss gets taken out, you would change your position and turn bearish towards the targets that we have just spoken of. These were on weekly charts. Now let's check them out, what's happening on the day chart. On the day chart, the trend is still bearish and flattish. The super trend is bearish and flattish. The market tried coming up to the super trend flattish levels, but it reversed and fell down. What happened on Thursday, or what happened on Wednesday, was a big red Marubazu candle after the gap up on Tuesday. So the gap on Monday, Tuesday got filled in with one Marubazu. 2 days have been attempted to claw back, but you are only touching about 40% of the Marubazu candle of Wednesday. You are seeing VIX going up, but the trend is not yet reversed. The volume is healthy but falling. Volumes are healthy but falling. Indicator-wise, it gives you some oversold positions, so reversals can be seen, but the momentum is not being seen much. As compared to this, the weekly chart was clear downtrend. MACD is clear downtrend, no signs of reversal. Your CCI has given you the first sign of reversal, so has stochastic, but MACD has not given you sign of reversal yet. Dow Jones, clearly mid Bollinger Band flattening, lower Bollinger Band flattening downwards. Upper flattening could also trail down, weekly trend. Look at all these indicators which have been taught to you during the sessions. In the day trend, weekly mid-Bollinger Band, daily mid-Bollinger Band is clearly sloping down. Lower Bollinger Band is clearly sloping down. They haven't even bothered to even flatten out. Upper Bollinger Band, clean sloping down. So any any rise seen is being sold into it. At this point of time, your 20 moving average is going to act like your resistance levels, which is nothing but at 32,400 or 32,450. When you see 32,400, 32,450, you can look to sell at that level, stop loss of 33,000. We've been talking about selling on rise. So whenever you see Dow at about 32,400, 32,450, 500, sell with a stop loss of 33,000. That was Dow for you on the weekly and the day charts. Right? As compared to the Dow, let's see what NASDAQ is telling you. NASDAQ on the weekly chart, super trend bullish, and the trend is towards the higher end. It has a lot of catching up to be done as compared to the Dow Jones. But here again, if you look at it, very clearly, this level, 12,100, is been your weekly resistance levels for quite some time now. Quite some time. And you can see that here. See this? It was the resistance here. It was the resistance here. And it is again at a resistance point. So 11,000, 12,100 is a clear resistance level. That 12,100 is also your upper Bollinger Band. In the weekly chart in NASDAQ, the mid Bollinger Band is now climbing up. Lower Bollinger Band is also climbing, flattened and climbing. And the upper Bollinger Band has reversed and climbing. Now, as I've always been saying, NASDAQ has to catch up on Dow Jones, which is why it's giving you a different trajectory as compared to Dow Jones, because it is going to be moving up. This in the background of the banks failing and the governments of the land coming in and talking about they be defending the banking industry, as well as talking about coming as the savior in the shining hour to save the tech industry. NASDAQ being a tech industry index, that is what is giving them the confidence. But your overall trend is down. So you will use your rise of the market rising to 12,000, 12,100 to sell, and target is 11,000, and later this support of 10,200, 10,300. So broader markets on weekly basis, when we give you these targets, don't expect the targets to be achieved in the coming week. These are weekly charts. So these targets, levels can be expected in the coming months. In the coming months, not weeks, not coming week. But you can look at levels whenever you're getting NASDAQ at 12,000, 12,100, you could look to short NASDAQ, keeping a stop loss of 12,300 or 12,000 or 12,000 over here That's about 12,500. Yes, 12,300 could be your stop loss, or 12,500. If you get at NASDAQ at 12,000, I would buy a put, at least 2 or 3 months expiry, keeping my stop loss to the spot of NASDAQ at 12,300, which is the high over here, 12,270. The high over here, 12,270. The high over here, 12,150. So each time I'm seeing a high, 12,270 or 12,100, 150, I can sell a put and take it down. Stop loss, 12,300 already earmarked and given to you. In case if NASDAQ on a closing basis is then going above 12,300, we will reverse our positions for a first upright target of 12,900. First target 12,900 or 13,000, and thereafter higher targets. But that's the way it's going to be. Clear? Now, this was weekly chart. Indicators, NASDAQ is looking stronger because it has large catching up to be done as compared to the Dow Jones. Day charts on NASDAQ last week had been turbulent. The week before that was a rallying week, turning up from the lows and taking it up. It took you almost 2 weeks to come all the way from a level of about 11,000 to 11,900 or even 12,000. Almost 2 weeks. A 1,000-point rally took them 2 weeks. Currently at 12,000 or 11,800, nearing 12,000, you are at a level of an overbought position. A mild correction can be expected. First targets 11,300, 11,500, 11,300, and thereafter 11,000 back. So 11,000, lower targets 8,300, and then this. But it's a sell on rise market. It's a clear sell on rise market. Clear? All right. In continuation, let's see how TSX is operating. As we normally do, we take the weekly charts first. Weekly chart has given you the first indication of the bearish super trend having changed just 2 weeks back. Just 2 weeks back. Now, it's at 19,500. What do we do? At 19,500, your MACD clearly below the zero line, bearish crossover done. CCI at minus 86, trending down. Stochastic down, trying a reversal, but still down. Weekly chart. What do we do? What targets do we expect? Very clear. 18,200. You are already at the weekly support of 19,100, 19,200. This is the support taken here. Support taken here for 2 weeks. The weekly low here was 19,155. Last week low was 19,278. So 19,200 has been a weekly support maintained in the last 2 weeks here. in the week here, December, 19,160, 19,263, the Christmas week, weekend of December also. So 19,200 is a weekly support which has been tested on not one, but about 5 occasions. This week here, low was 19,019. This week here, low is 19,160. This week here, low is 19,260. This week, that is 12th of March low, 19,155. This week, 19,280. So 19,200 has been tested on 5 different occasions. But because the super trend has just turned bearish, I am now willing to understand that because the trend has just turned bearish, it will give me a break of 19,200 either this week, most probably it will. So if 19,200 is breaking, if it gives you a bearish closure below 19,200 on any given day, clean closure below 19,200 on any given day, if it is with volume, I'm immediately shorting for a target of 18,300. A 1,000-point dip is round the corner. First target, 18,300. Then, of course, the lower targets can be picked up later on, but very clear. In case the 19,200 gets broken, below 19,200, I am taking a put view towards a target of 18,300. This was the weekly chart. Check it out on the day chart. The day chart, first things that come to my mind that I'm looking at, the super trend is bearish, flattish, number one. 20 moving average clearly sloping down, lower Bollinger Band sloping down, upper Bollinger Band flattened and sloping down. One good thing, it fell down, sideways, falling, sideways, again falling. If you look at the chart here on the day chart, you practically opened, you closed your week almost close to where you had opened this week. This is where you had opened. Your opening was at 19,411. Your closure of this week is at 19,501. It's almost a doji or almost close to where you had opened this week. That is an indication how the market is going to fall now. So this is fall and consolidation and again a fall. When you give again a fall, your targets are clear 19,000, 18,300. Because once this is breaking, 19,150 or 200 breaks, there is nothing holding you back apart from small resistance at 18,500. And after that, you are down to 18,200, 18,300. So the first small support will be at 18,500 on the day chart. Volumes reducing. CCI curving down. Stochastic at the rock bottom, oversold, yet further selling expected. MACD very far from the zero line, slight crossover given, but MACD, if you look at it, is in the same direction as the market. The divergence is not yet being seen. Clear? We covered the three indexes. We covered the weekly charts. We've covered the daily charts. Any questions to anybody? Unless you want me to pick up QQQ. QQQ, like NASDAQ, very clear at the resistance levels. 311 resistance. Next resistance level is 330. Sell on rise. Look at this resistance on weekly chart. 311 here, 311 here, 310, 310, 310, 315 here. You are at your resistance. The week is talking about strength coming in, but very clear at 330, I will sell and bring it down to a target of 270 at least, or first target for 290. At 330, sell, first target 290, second target 265. Right? So this is the place where you would sell. This is the spot at you would sell. First target would be at 295 or 290. That's a clean 10% fall. Below that, another 20%, $20 fall would be another about 10-15%, or about 8%, and then lower targets at 265. That's QQQ for you. SPY, watch very clearly on SPY. This on a weekly chart has not yet been able to clear this Marubazu. So the Marubazu here, high is 407. 48 or 410 has to get cleared. Once 410 gets cleared, then your upper target of 425, 430. So in case if this gets cleared at either 49 or 410, the upper target is 425, 430. But I would first like to sell at this level. Right? Second, in case if 370 gets broken down or breached and you have a negative trend, the super trend will turn negative also, and then your downward trend will start off. So at 370 or 380, I would be on 370, I will be a buyer of a put or buying for it to come all the way down to 325. So in case if it breaches 370, the downtrend will be there. Right? Any questions?
No, sir, it's all good.
Please unmute and ask us if you have any questions. Any questions on the YouTube channel?
Not yet, sir. If no one has any question yet, or anyone, if any of the stocks that you would like to be analyzed by Vivek, sir?
Sir, can we look at Apple, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
And this is the Apple chart of a week. And if I remember, I was talking about this last week or the week before that also, that this was your resistance at 155, 157, 157, 155, 157 high, 156 here, 156 here, 156 here. And we were very clear, anything above 160, it will give you a positive breakout for a first target of 170, 175. Now, weekly chart indicators is giving you a, MACD is giving you a positive crossover. And the positive crossover was given in the first few candles of the MACD. Number one. Stochastic giving you a positive crossover. CCI already at 110. Weekly charts, 2 weeks of climbing, and super trend from flattish has started to climb. Super trend from flattish has started to climb. What is also happening on the Bollinger Band is the lower Bollinger Band is absolutely flat. Mid Bollinger Band, flattish and attempting to climb up, curve up. But upper Bollinger Band has curved up. Another critical point is 8, 20, and 34. 8 has crossed the other two moving averages and now working in such a way to give you a support of an 8 moving average. If the 20 crosses the 34, this will give you a bigger momentum upwards. Right? How do you trade this? Number one, since it's given you a breakout very close to the close of the week, I will like to wait and watch this for Monday and Tuesday. If this is maintained, the up trajectory is maintained, then your targets of 180 is around the corner. But first target will be 170, second target will be 180. So I would like to see this crossing clearly above either 161 or 162 on a closing basis, which is highly probable to happen because on a weekly chart is giving you the crossovers. Watch this on the day chart. You see this trend happening? Right from here, 13th of March, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 weeks. You see the trend? Higher lows are being maintained. Higher lows, sometimes higher highs. But the last 3 days is higher low, but not higher highs. Here, the high is 162. Here, the high is 161. Here, the high is 160. The low here was 157.80. The low here is 157.68. The low here is 157.85. So the lows are going up, the highs are being capped, which is why, sorry, I'm very clear. If I see a closure of above 162.50, I am taking a fresh entry for a long side. And above 162.50, my targets are very clear: 170, 175, 180. So how do I trade Apple? Minute I see a closure on the spot of 162.50, I'm taking a call of 170, 175. But it will be a call of at least about 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks away. So you're talking about it being almost being third week of April or April end call for Apple for 170, 175. And then run the trend. But the entry price should have been, is very clearly above 162.50 or 162.25, because we are entering this trade after a breakout. Not otherwise, if you ask me, the trade should have been somewhere over here on this date, on 13th of March or on 15th of March. But because we are entering late, we are waiting for a clean breakout and then trading accordingly. Right? Any questions? I can't hear
Nitya, are you-
anybody.
Yeah, I was just
Yes.
confirming. Nitya, are you already on Apple Trade or are you looking to enter that?
No. I'm looking to enter something else. Actually, I already discussed with Vivek last week, but I just wanted to share my analysis regarding FFN. So once we are done after this, we can take.
Share it. Anybody else any questions on Apple? Webber?
No, sir, I'm good. Thank you.
Are you trading Apple?
Not now. I was looking to enter because 160 is broken, and yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
next level is more towards upwards.
So the fresh entry can only be about 162.25 or 162.50.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Nitya, if you want, you can share your screen. Let's see what stock you wish to analyze. A small disclaimer here. I think Nitya and me were already talking about FFN about 3 weeks back. And I had given him a buy on FFN at about 4.15, 4.15 or 4.10 if I'm not mistaken. And on Friday, it touched 4 point something.
Yeah. So if you remember last time, we took this trade around 4.25 and with a target of 5.3, and it went easily up in a week. So yeah, so
You're watching the chart on a 15-minute chart.
if I do it weekly. Yeah, so I was thinking that this is a good buy, a good entry point for me, but then I got confused because this mid Bollinger Band started reversing back, and the super trend also moving down. So I thought like 3.4 or maybe 3.85 could be the next support.
Come lower down. Slightly
Sorry?
lower, about 3. No, come lower down. Yeah. slightly higher up, 3.5 or 3.6, yeah, 3.7. 3.65 would be a proper support for you. If that breaks, FFN can go down acutely down after that.
Okay.
3.67, yeah.
And then, okay. 3.67. Okay.
Yeah, 3.65, 3.67, that becomes your
Yeah.
final final breaker, and then you can, of course, take it up. So if you have taken the trade, 3.65 or 60 becomes your stop loss.
Okay. Okay. That's what I thought. So because if this one was in a kind of uptrend, I think this could be the
Yes.
good entry point.
Yeah, but then just convert this to a day chart and you might see something different. This is a weekly trend.
Yeah. So even the day chart is like it is in downtrend.
It's a pure downtrend. And
Yeah.
check your
It
levels
is at
now.
the support. It is at one of the strong support,
Yes,
but still all the Bollinger Bands are downwards. Super trend is downwards.
no doubt.
Yeah, and so could easily be this. I mean, over here it shows 3.45.
Yes. And if you go slightly higher up, it will show you 3.75 or 3.8,
This one, I think, yeah, 3.75.
which is the support at in the month of October, September,
Yeah,
October.
yeah. So last time when we took trade, it was here. It was here at this point.
That's right.
Yeah. Considering this particular, this line of super trend as a support, and it exactly worked as a support and bounced back from there.
Yes. So I'm expecting a similar bounce back. Let's see on Monday, Tuesday for this also.
Okay. So
But it is under a stress because of the banking activity.
yeah.
It is under stress. So that's going to happen.
So that's why I'm just waiting for, this proper indication that whether this is a good time or not. Otherwise, my target was to enter at between 4.15 to 4.2. But then
True.
I just holded myself because of looking at this Bollinger Band and super trend condition.
So you should now be waiting to see a clean reversal. When minute you see a clean reversal, you can enter in keeping your recent low as a stop loss. Like the recent low is the low happened on Friday itself.
Yeah.
If you bring the candle on Friday, you will get your low
4.67.
4.06.
Yeah.
So keep your $4 stop loss.
Okay.
In case if 420 or 430 gets breached on the upward side, you get a closure of 430. $4 is the stop loss and target is straight 480.
Right. Okay.
480 or 5, wherever you want to take it.
Yeah, I think 480.
Yeah. So at 430 to 480 is about a 50-cent profit with a 30-cent stop loss.
Stop loss. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Right? That's
Yeah.
almost 1:2. If not, it's less than 1:2, but almost there.
Yeah. Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah, we'll keep this in mind and let's see how the week starts tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's wait and watch.
Thank you very much, sir.
Most welcome. Anybody else? Any questions? We've analyzed 3 indexes. We've analyzed QQQ and SPY. We've analyzed Apple. We've analyzed FFN. Anybody else wants to analyze any more stocks?
Vivek, Nirmal, Vaibhav, and Nitesh has joined recently. Any requests? PA. So it's on Toronto, ta.to.
Yes, Kamal. Sir, I think
at a
10.4.
very strong support, weekly support levels. You look at the current trend, 10.76 is the current price. Support taken here, right? The dividend was on 31st of May, and the low was here, 10.86, right? Low here, 10.5. Low here again, 10.6. What is important to note over here is the super trend is bearish and has just curved down. So it takes a support, climbs up, sideways, and falls. Takes a support, climbs up, falls. So this is at a weekly support of 10.7. Right? In case if the weekly support lows break, in case if this breaks from currently at 10.76, if this low breaks at 10.5, your first low target will be at 10 over here. Yeah, that's the next support at 10. And if 10 breaks, 8.7, then there is nothing for a $22 or $2.5 fall can easily be expected. A regular dividend paying company, but the weekly chart is looking weak. Super trend down, watch it. You are touching the lower Bollinger Band for the last 5 weeks and falling. Now you are at a lower low, lower high. 3 weeks, lower low, lower high. Falling. Indicators, MACD, no chance of reversal. Stochastic at the rock bottom, grossly oversold. CCI at minus 153, again oversold, can go down to about minus 250 also, or minus 200, currently at minus 153. It can go down. Volumes falling, weekly volumes falling, right? Clear downtrend right from this chart here. Right from this chart, clear downtrend. So all the way from 3rd week of January, he is on a downtrend session. 8 moving average has given you a negative crossover on 26th of February. Now you are 8, 20, 34, and then up. Moving averages are all in a wrong order, not ready for climbing yet. Mid Bollinger Band flattening, lower Bollinger Band curved down, upper Bollinger Band curving up. A ballooning or an expansion of the Bollinger Bands is on the card. Weekly charts, indicators are looking bearish. Check this on the day chart. Clean fall. Very clean fall. And this is 7th of March. In the weekly chart, we were talking about February, January 27th onwards, clean fall. This Maru Bazu candle fell down, rose, and again fell down. Just because we've seen the green candle on Friday, I am not yet thinking of buying it out. When will I think of buying it? only once $11 price is breached upwards on a closing basis and conclusive basis. And then at that point, I'll think that a temporary low has been made and I'll buy it minute $11 gets breached upwards for a target of 1175 alone. I am not expecting any major targets. 1175 is what I'm expecting first. Thereafter, if the trend continues and this Marubazu gets taken off at 1250 or at 13, then you will see strength coming into the buying of this counter, but not before that. So only once 13 gets taken off, there will be a very strong momentum going up. But first and foremost, let it cross 11 and then I can be a buyer. Else, if I would like to sell at 1170 or at 11 and take it further down. Look at this levels of selling happening. At 11, they tried holding it, pushing it up, but 1120 and something, and they were bringing it down. So that's which is why 11 becomes a very strong resistance for me here. If this gets broken, 1120, first target, second target, 1175.
Thank you,
Even
sir.
if I get 1120, I'll get a good return on my investment at 11. A 20-cent movement on 11 will be still a good return. But 1120, 1125, I see selling coming in and bringing it down. Vivek, any questions?
No, sir. I'm just watching this one to enter when it comes even further down. So just in my list.
Yes. Next is your TD Bank.
Yes, sir. This is something interesting for me, sir.
This will be the banking activity.
Yeah. I'm just expecting whether it will be going further down. This as well as Equitable Bank. They both have US exposure a lot, but they both are really good. So I just want to wait and enter, sir.
Banking as such, North American banking at this point of time, I don't want to really take a try. For this simple reason, I'll just show that to you. You see the screen clearly? Downtrend on the weekly chart. Where are you currently? You are currently at 77.50, 77.60. That was the resistance here way back in 2021. January or December 2021. That was tested in 2022, July. March 2023, you are again testing the levels. Trend is clearly down. Any indicator giving you any indication of reversals?
No, sir.
They are attempting on stochastic here because you are grossly oversold. An attempt is being made, but MACD is not in a mood to oblige. CCI is attempting because of the stochastic, but not yet in a mood to oblige. Look at the rise in selling volumes here. Weekly chart. Your average volume sale volume has been this much, about 41 at this level. Where are you? You are much higher in selling. Buying has not yet walked in. When does buying come in? Buying comes in at about 72. Stronger buying will come in at around 70, 72. That is the range between 70 and 72. What happened here in 2020 and 2021? that is the place where the buying will come in. Between 70 and 72, the buying will come in.
Okay, sir.
Currently at 77. That means we are expecting another $5 fall. A $5 fall will be approximately about 8% fall. You look at an 8% fall in TD, keeping in mind that we have just seen almost 1 week or 10 days of a run on the banks. The governments are going to be stepping in to salvage them. So wait patiently for a dip and then take it off. Now, on a weekly chart, please see the last, don't see the last candle, but the last two candles. Second last and third last candles. Red Marubazus, super trend clearly down. And now you are at the doji level. Because you are at a doji level, because the retailers are feeling things will start turning around. The deep pockets are now watching how governments will bail out the banks. So, which is why the doji is here. Undecisiveness is here. But look at the Bollingers. Lower Bollinger Band, your price is outside the lower Bollinger Band. Outside. Upper Bollinger Band is moving up acutely. Lower Bollinger Band is moving down acutely. And this happened almost about last week or sometime last week. If they are expanding or they're ballooning, this is further down. Immediately, if you ask me, in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, this will play out sideways and then fall. But around 70 or 72, you should be planning to buy these back. So TD will be a buyer at around 70 and between 70 and 72. Right? This is the weekly chart. The day chart is still the same. The super trend falling, flattening, falling, flattening, falling, flattening, falling, 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 falling. The reversals way away from zero levels. Stochastic, highly oversold. Right? CCI at minus 83 can come down to about minus 200 or 225. So, sideways and a fall. 8 moving average, no chance of even flattening. Mid Bollinger Band, 20 moving average, no chance of even flattening. 34 moving average, no chance, sloping down. Lower Bollinger Band, acutely he is throwing it down. Upper is following him on the day chart. Whereas the Bollinger Bands were expanding in different opposite directions and ballooning on the weekly chart. Here, the Bollinger Band is following the lower Bollinger Band. So you can expect a downward trend to continue. Very clearly, if you look at it, your 200-day moving average is at 73. So that will get tested, preferably this week itself. So if 73.50 breaks, the floodgates down up to 70 at least will be activated, because that is where buying will come in. If 73.50 breaks, between 72 and 70, a lot of buying pressure will come on TD Bank. And that will be the good point to buy. But we don't expect any of these banks to collapse so fast. Right? You talked
Right.
about Equitable Bank. Equitable Bank. No.
Sir, it's EQB or something.
Q.
Initially,
EQB. No, B, sir. B for boy. No, there is no dot.
without dot. Yes, dot.
That's your level, 46.35. Weekly chart just turned bearish on support trend. First support at 46. First buying support at 46. This current trend is the weekly support low over here, 53. 53.19 was the low here, and this week low was 53.90, and here it was 53.20. You realize this? So weekly low after the Marubozu, 53.20 was the weekly low that is on the verge of being tested. So if 53.20 or 53.15 or 53.10, yeah, 53.10. If 53.10 gets breached on the lower side, 45, 75, 46 is around the corner.
Easy, sir.
Right? You said something, Vivek? Vivek, I heard you were saying something.
Yes, sir. That's easily possible because of
Yes.
their US exposure.
Hmm.
Nobody even knows about this bank, but like it exists in Canada. At least in Calgary, it's not much there. But I just got this into my watch list.
Yeah. And even the indicators are talking about being bearish. Look at the MACD here. Clean negative crossover. The weekly charts. The day charts. 45.
But both are very reliable banks, sir. So
I can understand that. Yeah. But that's the trend there. Let's see. Let's watch this out. I mean, I'm looking at this even at 45 here, which is the 200-day moving average. At 45, 46, it is at the 200-day moving average. Right. ZWK.
we looked at this last week or so, sir.
Yes, good dividend paying ETF.
Just
Monthly.
watch.
And what was our analysis last week?
It would
We
fall
had
further.
contradicting views. And it has landed at the same price.
It opened and closed almost at the same price. Now, if you look at it, after the two Maru Bazus, he's given you doji candle,
That to graveyard doji.
right? After the two Maru Bazus giving you a doji candle outside the lower Bollinger Band. The doji was completely outside on the weekly chart. The Maru Bazu was completely outside the weekly chart. The doji is completely outside the weekly chart. He has to expand and come back inside. So it's going to be a sideways movement and a fall point. A sideways movement and a fall point. And if that fall going to happen, then you are at a multi-year low.
You're getting a best entry point then.
Yes.
Probably.
Multi-year low, $17.
And sir, it gives 17 cents as the dividend. So more than 10%.
So then it is worth it. No? At 10% return, it is worth it. But look at the Maru Bazu fall from 30, 27 in the month of March to 18. And you have just one more week of March left.
Sir, there is no support, sir. So how would you draw something here?
You can't draw anything.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the support? Because this is a recent listing. It's just given you last 3 years or 4 years of information. So you're very clearly knowing on a monthly level, if I see this candle, this chart here, this chart as you're seeing on a monthly level is very clearly telling you this is at rock bottom price. I can't go below 17 at all because below 17, I am opening up myself for an unmarked territory, uncharted territory of a fall. So at 18, if I'm buying this only at a stop loss of 1695, nothing beyond 1695. If 1695 is touched, I'm sorry, then I don't know where can it go down. It can go down to 14, it can go down to 10, it can go down to 1. I cannot talk of this bank at all further than that. But if that has to fall, imagine what will happen to the banking industry. So this is an ETF for a banking industry. Are you expecting things to happen like that badly? You can't, because then the governments will be stepping in. The governments are going to step in. This is a very good buying activity. And look at entering it and taking it further from here. As it is at this level, you are at a multi-year low. And as I said, this has to give you a consolidation or sideways movement. But if this gives you about 4 weeks of consolidation or 6 weeks of consolidation here, it will give you a spike up because by that time, most of the governments will have found out how do they bail out the banks. You look at the indicator wise, MACD on weekly is not even thinking of doing anything. No thoughts of crossover. Stochastic, yes. CCI, yes. MACD, no. Candles, 2 Maru Bazus and a doji. So after the end of the third week, they are now feeling undecided. Right?
I hope it's useful for everyone, sir. So it's,
I really hope. Really hope so. Well, look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 8 trading days, this is what happened. Outside, 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 and then you are brought in to settle down. 8 days of rock bottom buying. Look at the volume here. Look at the volume of selling. And then look at the volume of buying. And where are you buying it at? You're buying it at 1750, 1770, 1780, 1760. So where do you buy this? At 1750, I would be a buyer. But they are not allowing you to fall below 1745. At 1750, 1755, I would be a quick buyer targeting to $19. 1750, be a buyer, first target $19. And close the trade,
sure, sir.
right? And on the day chart, crossover seen here. But though you're seeing positive histograms, the distance to be covered is very, very large. So don't expect a huge rally unless suddenly the volumes spike up. In case if some political news comes in and they say we are refinancing the banks or doing something to cover up, then this is suddenly shoot up, but not before that.
My quick question is like whether it will cross 30,000, sir. That's it.
That's it.
That's my question, sir.
Is Vivek on call here?
Yes, sir.
Vivek
Vivek is on
Nalawade?
call.
Yeah, Vivek is not.
Vivek.
Vivek is not on call.
Not on call?
Vivek Nalawade is not.
Yeah, not on call. All right. 30,000.
Yes.
Vivek, look at this high.
Sir, I did a trade on this actually. I did it on 26 I bought and at 28 I exited. I'm good. But just curious to know whether it will cross 30,000 and it will come back. That's my only question.
It is touching 28,800, 28,700 and then reversing from there.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we were already talking about how banking is in a crisis in North America. If banking is in a crisis, will people move their money into crypto?
Highly possible.
Possibly, yes.
Do you think they will do that or they will move the money into gold?
They'll move into crypto, sir.
That
New
is
generation.
that is the generation difference between the two of us. That is the generation difference, right? As an investor or as a trader, I like to secure my funds. Now, very clearly, last week, he had given you a cap at 28,800 on crypto. Bitcoins, 28,800 has been capped last week. High, 28,803, 28,730 has been the cap. 22nd and 23rd of March. Watch this on a weekly chart. What are the indicators talking to you here? Stochastic at 91. Highly overbought. CCI at 146. Highly overbought. Now, $29K. This is your level here. High of 32, high of 31,700, high of 30.6, weekly highs. So don't look at crossing 30, look at a target of resistance at about 31 or 32. In case if 32 gets taken out or 31,500 gets taken out, then your target is here, 45. First target, 36, 37. Next target, 45. In case if 31,500 or 32 gets taken out. But at this trend, this is your upper target, 31, 32. 31K, 32K. Now, your indicators are already talking about overbought. You are at your upper Bollinger Band, which is why the momentum could take you up on a spike up to 31 or 32 also. But thereafter, huge selling pressure will come down and bring it down. That is my opinion on Bitcoins. And I hold my privileges of being wrong for your sakes. Right? Anybody else? Any questions? Anything else you want me to discuss?
Sir, one quick thing. What's your point of view on gold?
On gold, Vaibhav, I'm very clear that the institutions would always cover their positions if they are feeling that the banks are going to be under attack or under stress. And as we are seeing, markets are a sell on rise markets. They will steadily move their portfolio into a secured commodity like gold. That's the gold will have to go up. Gold has been stagnant for quite some time. It's waiting for a breakout levels either way. So it will move up accordingly.
Okay.
But all depending upon how institutions, in case the market crashes, gold will be the safe haven.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Any more questions? Nirmal, Hitesh, Rohit, Vivek?
I think we have last 1 minute, so maybe a summary for this week.
All right. You can give the summary in that case. I'll keep quiet.
Thank you, Vivek sir, for the analysis. And based on what we have seen, sir's recommendation is sell on rise. So if you are already on your active positions, then it's good time to book your profit. If you are trading options, should be looking for the stocks at the resistance to take put options if you are trading in for short term. And if you are looking to take long positions either in options or in stocks and ETFs, then for this week it would be good to wait and watch for the correction. Last week was volatile with the interest rate hikes. This week it could take correction before it moves forward. So for the coming week, be cautious in taking long positions with larger quantity. Prefer for short positions, short or put positions with smaller quantity. With that, Vivek sir, would you like to add anything before we sign off?
No comment. I think you covered everything. It is a sell on rise, so as I would say always to all my friends in the trading community, profit in bank is your profit. Profit in market is notional profit. So money in bank is yours. Money in market is maybe or maybe not. And stock markets has a tendency to remove the money from your hands and take it into their hands. So book early profits, book secured profits on regular intervals in such choppy markets, loaded with a lot of international news coming in at regular basis. So take short duration trades, but keep securing your profits along the route is all I would suggest everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek sir, and thank you everyone who joined for the analysis session. We would be moving now to the GMT course orientation session. So for those who are here for the orientation, please click on the call. And for those who had joined only for the analysis, wish you all a profitable coming week, and we'll see you in the next analysis.